Next, I need to edit all of these vocal takes, and what I'm going to do is comp them together. So the word comp or comping comes from the word composite or composite take. This means that you can take multiple takes and piece them together to create the best possible composite take. Comping in Pro Tools can be done via playlist editing. So here's our verse vocal takes, and each take is on a different playlist. Up top here is the main playlist, and this is where I'm going to build my composite take. So I typically work with slip mode when I'm doing this. I'll also use the selector tool, and I make sure to turn on link timeline and edit selection so I can quickly play back what I've selected. So I edit in pretty short segments when I do this. So typically what I'll do is select a short section here, listen to it, then I'll jump down to the next take, then jump down to the next take, and I'll listen to all of the takes, determine which one is the best take, and then I'll push the take that's the best take up into the main playlist. Now, Pro Tools will only play what's in the main playlist unless you solo a particular playlist over here. So you can solo a playlist and then give it a listen.
Now that you're sober, now that you're sober,
and then jump down to the next one.
now that you're sober, now that you're sober,
And then the third one.
now that you're sober, now that you're sober.
Yeah, so that one we punched in ended up not turning out so great. She's over-modulating the mic here. I think the second one is probably my favorite. Let's give that one a listen again.
Now that you're sober,
So what you can do is make a selection, and then you can either hit the up button right here, or as I said before, you can press Shift Option Up to move that selection up into the main playlist. All right, let me jump over to the next section here.
don't tell me that it's over.
Yeah, it's a little rough.
Don't tell me that it's over.
That one's a little better.
Don't tell me that it's over.
So I'm kind of liking this one, the second take again. Now you can move this selection up the same way we did before, or because this is part of that same take, you can just use your trim tool and you can trim that part out if you like. One thing I want to mention is there's actually a couple different shortcuts for moving playlists up into the main playlist. The one I normally use is that Shift Option Up, but there's actually another one. If you press Control Option V, what this does is it promotes the selection to the main playlist. So it essentially does the same thing. And there's another shortcut I use sometimes that's pretty nifty. If there's a section that you want to put down on a new playlist at the bottom, you can make a selection and press Shift Option Down, and it'll move the selection down to a new playlist. Let's give this whole section a listen.
Don't turn this ship around and tell me that you can't give one more day.
Her rhythm's a bit off, but her pitch is okay.
Don't turn this ship around and tell me that you can't give one more day.
I like the beginning of this one, but I like the end of the first take better. Let's give the third take a listen.
Don't turn this ship around and tell me that you can't give one more day. Don't.
So this is a situation where we could use all three takes here. So I think I'm going to grab the front end of take 2. We'll bump that up. Then I'm going to grab just this part of take 3. We'll bump that up. And then I'm going to grab this part of take 1. And let me just trim these together here. There we go. And let's give that a listen.
Don't turn this ship around and tell me that you can't give one more day. Don't.
So it sounds to me like this section here is a little behind timing-wise. I'll try nudging this over 10 milliseconds at a time. You can nudge left and right with the comma and period keys.
Can't give one more day. Can't give one more day. Don't.
Yeah, that's a lot better. Let me just trim this up a bit better, though.
Don't turn this ship around and tell me that you can't give one more day. Don't.
Yeah, it's just a tad bit ahead now. Let me nudge this back by 10 milliseconds.
That you can't give one more day. Don't.
The front end seems a little out of time as well.
Don't turn this ship around and.
Let's try out the first take.
Don't turn this ship. Don't turn this ship. Don't turn this ship.
Yeah, that's better.
Don't turn this ship around and tell me.
And then what I'll do is I'll grab some more of take 2 out of this one.
Don't turn this ship around and tell me that you can't give one more day. Don't.
Once you're all done comping together everything on the main playlist, you can select everything, press Command F to pull up your batch fades window, and you can set your crossfade duration here. I'm going to go with 8 milliseconds, and it'll add crossfades to everything in the selection.
Now that you're sober, don't tell me that it's over. Don't turn this ship around and tell me that you can't give one more day. Don't ever tell me why. Don't you ever tell me why. 'Cause I don't want to know.
So that's how you can use playlist editing for comping in Pro Tools.